Big up, big up, big up. We are back. We are live on Spurs Kings TV, man. And boy, come like everyone's gone missing. I don't blame them though. If I was them, I would run too. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, look, let it all work out.
Ollie's favourite song.
Let it all work out.
Hey,
Let it
Ollie.
all work out. Let it all work out.
Plenty more where that came from, but listen, big up to the man them that could make it. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Listen, before we go any further, a bit of housekeeping. Make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel as always. Listen, I'm no one to be pointing fingers because my team ain't that great either. I'll be real. We lost two. So did Liverpool. So did Chelsea. So in that notice, everyone can hold one. You get me? But yeah, man, big up to the man them that did turn up. Mr. Box Office, TV Inside, and Big Preach. How you man doing? Good?
I'm good.
Yeah, you like that?
I was even the Liverpool fan. I was even the Liverpool fan first. You know what I mean?
Hey.
He's in the mud more than me. So
Hey, listen, don't worry. We're all in the mud, man. We're in this together.
No.
Just in case you forgot.
No.
Well, yeah, man. Preach, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm all right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We lost as well. I mean, so I'm kind of glad that the League Cup final was at the end of the weekend. So
made it better, innit?
I mean, yeah, we just got forgotten about.
Trust
you get
me.
me in the group chats and
Feels like an age ago, innit? It's great.
yeah.
Hey, Box Office.
But yeah, man.
Go on, sorry, go on, Preach.
No, I'm saying yeah, man. I'm good outside of that, man.
Ah, blessings. Box Office, how you doing, man? Talk to me, man.
I'm good. I've got nothing to worry about in that sense. I'm good. I'm all dandy.
Nothing to worry about, no?
No, I've got nothing to worry about. Like, like I said, there's nothing to worry about. Tottenham, you know, life's cool.
You're not going to no marches. You're not doing the street parades. You look.
That's Tottenham fans. That's our Tottenham. That's our fan base. That's our fan base, isn't it? You know what I mean?
You're not parading the.
No, it's just like I think he summed it up. Yeah, when you got Robbie's daughter on AFTV. Now, to be honest with you, she talks a lot of facts, and she is very good at what she says. You know what I mean? The way she was like, she just drilled it down and just said, "What a joke! How we are a joke." She was talking the same thing that we're saying anyway, that we've been saying for a long time. Anyway.
Nothing new.
You know what I mean?
Nothing new.
It was nothing new, but it just summed it up how she was just like saying, "Yeah, these men just need to go down." You get what I'm saying?
We ain't got to go over it right now. We'll get to it.
No. Listen, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil the show here.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. There's this time to marinate.
I know. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm just saying. It just summed it up with that Arsenal fan. I can't remember her name. Yeah, with respect, I don't want to, you know, because I can't remember her name. But she's very good, and she just summed it up perfectly for me. So, you know what I mean. But
I wanted to ask about the final. Obviously, we'll start there with the Arsenal Man City game, and I wanted to get you man's thoughts. Really, like Arteta, another final. I'm not sure how many finals it is in 6 years, but another loss. Do you know what I'm saying? Another loss. What is it? Two finals?
I don't think they've been in the final since the FA Cup
win. Oh, that was their first one since then? Oh, pain. Pain. And they lost. So, yeah, what do you lot think about that final, man? Talk to me, man. It was a must-win final, no? I thought it was a must-win.
Yeah, I think it was a must-win. Like, you know, certain Arsenal fans are talking about they don't care about the League Cup, but there's some fans that were like quadruple. You can't do the quadruple without the League Cup, so it was important. But yeah, me personally, obviously you man, they know what I'm like in the group, but like, I think it was a must. I think it was a must-win for Arsenal. So I didn't watch the game, so it's pure highlights I've seen, but I said it from the beginning. That's Arteta. I think that's Arteta. I put that down to Arteta. And put a different type of manager in. Klopp or Pep had that team. They're attacking. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Howe, they're attacking. But I just think that's a mentality of
Arteta.
Yeah, Arteta.
Box Office, you think as well, Rob, about the final? Did you
I only watched the highlights. I only watched the highlights, yeah, so I can't really get a great
no, that's fine though. But from the final, from like obviously you know the result, you saw the highlights.
From what I saw from the highlights and what I'm seeing from Arsenal, it seems to me that is that this was an opportunity to really put some things to bed, really today, on Sunday.
Change the narrative.
Yeah. And when people are saying that Pep Guardiola is losing it, he's not interested anymore. He's going to be going at the end of the season, right? I think that final just shown you the mentality of the two managers for me, right? Because when you look at it from Pep Guardiola's point of view, people say that this is not a great Man City side, but he managed to get them up for it. And whether it was a mistake from, I forgot the goalkeeper's name at the first goal, you see a kid literally win the cup for Man City. And with all those signings that Arsenal have got, all the big squad, the big squad that Arsenal have got, because they said, people are saying that Arsenal have got the best squad in the league.
Talk on it, bro. Talk on it.
The best squad in the league. But none of them turned up in that final. None of them turned up in that final. And this is some of the narrative that was spoken about. I don't want to bring it back onto him, but this is the criticism that we had with Pochettino. You know what I mean? So you can't get the job done. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
And unfortunately, it just comes back to that narrative. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, for everything that people said, and it's like the whole thing. Like, I don't want to bring up his name because I didn't like this guy, yeah. But Ange Postecoglou,
winner,
right? Even though, like, there's one context that he was already knew he was going to leave anyway from January, so his motivation was there, but he managed to inspire the players to get the job done, right? Whatever you said, all you need to do is get the job done, right? Like in the final, whether the final was that was his moment, and he made it count. Arteta, though, with all the sort of pragmatic tactics he had, he couldn't get the job done, and that's why Arsenal fans have just not convinced about Arteta with everything he's given, right? Because let's be honest here, I think Arsenal have got a chance of winning this. They're favourites to win the league, right? By everything. Every metric they've got at the moment, they're favourites to win the league.
Only Newcastle is the only team in their way, basically.
Because of the fact that there's no team that's really stepped up to really compete with Arsenal. Because even though Arsenal have made mistakes and dropped off points, no one's taken advantage of it, and Man City have not taken advantage of it to get above Arsenal. But back onto this at the moment, this shows you that the mentality with the players when it comes to the crunch of when they need to go out and win, they lose it. That's it, really, isn't it?
They bottled
it. Yeah, bottled it. They bottled it. You know, with all the top players they got, they had Declan Rice, they have Zubamende, they've got Saliba.
Do you still think? Sorry to stop you, but do you still think? I mean, do you believe the narrative? I don't know what your opinion is of the Declan Rice, but is Declan Rice world class? And I'll ask Preach afterwards, after that performance when it mattered.
Well, he's a very class midfielder right now. Right, in his position, you can't argue he's a very consistent midfielder, right? That consistently performs really well for Arsenal, right? Yeah. He's normally he's never a below 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because he's a very consistent sort of midfielder. The argument about him stepping up and winning the final. I mean, he's already proven that at West Ham, didn't he? Because he won the
he won the final. The Europa Conference. But then you're like, is that the level?
I think he's a better level than he is now. But there is an argument that he isn't. Is he able to help Arsenal get over the line?
What position is he? That's what I want. What do you think his best position is? That's what I want to ask. What do you see him as, you personally?
I haven't watched him enough really deeply to see what he is, to be honest with you, Ismail.
But you'd think someone that's world class or of that level, you would know what they do.
That's where I'll be honest with you. Because I don't really watch him a lot. Because to be honest with you, watching Arsenal games are really, really boring. To be honest with you, it's very hard to. Like you really have to be really
switched on, dialed in.
That's where you want to watch it. You know what I mean? Because to be fair, I feel like with Tottenham, I feel like with Tottenham all the time now. So I understand. You know what I mean? So you have to be a really fan to watch it. You know what I mean? But I don't really know his favourite position. I don't know what his really main position is.
We know he's not a 10, so we could throw that out the way.
No, he's not a 10. He could be more of a number 8. He could be a number 8. You know what I mean? A box-to-box sort of midfielder.
Okay. So would you say he's the best in the world as a number 8?
No, because I think there's better out there, to be honest with you.
Because look, the comments are saying they're screaming Rice or Szoboszlai as a number 8. Because that's the same position, no? And I'll come on to preach. What we saying? Rice or Szoboszlai?
I'd pick Szoboszlai all day.
Why is that though? Because obviously people been hyping Rice up. He's number 8. He plays for England. You know, in that position, he's held it down for England for a long time. England are higher than.
I think he's good though. He's not rubbish.
No one's diminishing what Rice is as a footballer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We're not doing that. We're not being shameless and saying, "Oh, Rice."
Yeah, but he's not the hype.
It's not that hype. But obviously, Rice is a consistent. Look, box office said he's a consistent midfielder, and he was honest. He's like, I don't watch him as much, so I'm not gonna say what I can't see. Do you know what I mean? But in his opinion, there's better players in that position for what he does. And I'm asking the same question. As a number 8, like, do you reckon he's the best at what he does in the Premier League?
No, I don't think he's the best. No. He may have been consistent. I think he's improved. Especially from his West Ham days. But I just feel like West Ham, he was the main guy.
Yeah.
The team, it feels like the team was built around him or playing around him and his strengths and his abilities. So now you've come to a bigger club where your strength and abilities has got to complement the team more. And then some weeks you're not going to be the main guy.
Can I ask you a question though, just on Rice? What do you think his main standout attribute is? Like, what do you think? Like, Rice this is what he does well. Like, what is it for you? Because like we've been watching football for years. We've been watching the Premier League for years. So we've looked at players like David Silva, who's an 8, but different type of 8, of course. You've looked at players like Steven Gerrard, who's more of an 8. He does a bit of everything because that's what I think a number 8 is. Box to box means you have to defend and attack as well. You know what I'm saying?
Think he's definitely not one. He's definitely not in that category.
Does he make it into all-time 11, like an all-time Prem 11? It's like, is he anywhere near? Is he anywhere near that? As in, like, you know, like all-time 11, but then you've got like the A side and the B side. Does he make it to the B side? Like, where is he? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out in the pecking order.
Well, he'll definitely be in a B side. It depends how many he's on that side because you've got Gerrard, Lampard, Yaya Toure, Vieira.
Yeah,
he wouldn't make it. He wouldn't make it.
So remember, the formation you're playing, but in most midfields you have like you can either have a 6 and 8 and a 10 or 2 number 8s. Meaning, if you're saying 4 midfielders already.
But I think you're talking about eras, though. I think you're talking about eras. Like, if you talk about this era, fair enough. Maybe he would be the ideal midfielder. If you talk about previous eras, he wouldn't get into the team at all. He wouldn't even get into the B.
I mean, Pogba.
Yeah.
What was Pogba? Would you class him as a number 8?
That's a good comparison.
You could do.
And that box to boxing, the box to boxing, don't really see it that much as well. Like who, that box to box and has like the finishing article.
That's
so
what
like,
I'm trying to ask. I'm trying to figure out: is he better at attacking or is he better at defending? Would you say, as a number 8? Because as a number 8, you're meant to do both exceptionally well, isn't it?
I think he's quite level in terms of balance, in terms of doing both. I think he's better more defensively than attacking wise. I've got to be honest. Even though he's got a good shot on him recent times.
Yeah, I think it depends. So he's definitely got the athlete element on point. So like
he ain't better than is he? If it chat is talking about Dembele, was it Moussa Dembele? He ain't better than Dembele. He ain't better than Dembele. Moussa Dembele was a beast.
What would you call Modric? What do you call Modric? What type of midfielder would he be?
He was attacking midfielder, but then he turned into centre midfield, didn't he? Centre midfield.
Real Madrid,
I don't know.
Real Madrid, what would you call him?
Centre midfielder.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's what an 8 is, a centre midfielder. No, or have I got it wrong?
Well, I think he was.
Yeah, he's different though. He's like, so he wasn't that box to box.
No, he wasn't that box to box, wasn't he?
He was more of like control the pace, tempo of the game.
Yeah.
Go through me for the attacks.
Yeah.
And then if you obviously you can put a foot in here and there. And
what would you prefer then? Would you prefer a box to box like a Declan Rice, or would you prefer a controller, someone that can control?
Controller all day long. Controller all day long.
Depends what type of football we're playing, man.
No, I want a controller all day long.
I
mean, I grew up with Steven Gerrard.
You also grew up with Alonso as well, though. So it's a good point.
Yeah. But I mean, he didn't. Alonso went as long as Gerrard.
I mean, at Liverpool, yeah, but obviously his career went on past that. He went to Real Madrid. He went to Bayern Munich. You saw what he did there, innit? And at Liverpool, that short stint that he had, like, it was kind of hard to replace.
No, but for us, I think he was a bit more defensive.
He was a deep line and midfielder, right? So it was harder to replace Alonso. I mean, remember, Alonso and Mascherano came together. Mascherano was the destroyer, and Alonso was the controller. Do you know what I'm saying? And that team,
Gerrard, who's like the guy that was just roaming.
Yeah, he crashed the box, innit? And he did a bit of everything. To be fair, he was like an engine, innit? But he had enough level of technical level that he's a strong midfielder where you could play him at many positions. But
no one's saying that Rice hasn't got technical ability. I think he's definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying there's level. We've been watching Premier League. I know it's different eras, but I'm just saying you could see Gerrard. You just knew his technical level versus Rice is just a level above, right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's what I was just trying to get at. And the reason why I've gone down this kind of like road is because in the final, I don't know, I didn't really see much from him. Do you know what I mean? In those moments where I know it was a tactical thing where Pep had 4 players stand in front of Gabriel and Saliba, and they didn't know what to do, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I thought like one of the midfielders, like there's many things they could do to beat that press. I thought one of the midfielders would drop in to maybe a left back role and then help ping the ball, innit? But obviously that's not Rice's game. Do you get it? He's not a man that's going to take the ball off the fullbacks. But does that mean he's only utilized in the middle third and the upper part of the pitch? Do you know what I mean? Does that mean without the ball, I get it. He wins the ball. He's defending well. He's winning those tackles. It's all about duels, isn't it, nowadays? It's all about physicality, duels. Can you run, endurance? Do you know what I mean? Hard work, etc. Those are all things I always hear. Every game, every type of stream I always hear. Is he winning his... Even managers, it's always come about. Athlete. But where's the football? Do you know what I mean?
This is where I think where Arteta's got caught out then. That's where he's got caught out. Because maybe he should have used it, because he's got different types of midfielders, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like in his squad. So he could have used somebody else to try and counter Man City, you know? Because Man City, let's be honest here, Man City in defence haven't been great. They haven't been great. You know what I mean? They can be got at. So maybe this is where Arteta got found out a lot, because he's very pragmatic as a manager. He's more pragmatic, and really because Pep Guardiola is more risk taker in terms of attacking wise, even though he's been more pragmatic himself in terms of trying to be more defensive to counter the defensive pragmatic teams that he's playing. He taken the gamble, and Arteta didn't want to take that gamble. He didn't take that gamble, and so I mean, I'm just trying to think of midfielders at the top of my head that Arsenal have got at the moment. I think Eze was actually injured, wasn't he, at the time?
I thought tactically, like I said before, you can either drop one of the midfielders into the back line, so they could either be in between the two centre backs to help progress the ball, or you could drop them as a left back to help progress the ball higher up the pitch. Or what you could do, if you don't want to play it into the midfield, you could play it into the fullbacks, meaning you make the fullbacks push a bit higher up. Do you get it? And then that forces their four in the middle to kind of push back higher up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So is it like, for instance, like with the way that Super Sly for Liverpool plays at the moment?
Yeah. Like like Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai, like he obviously he's deployed as a right back, or he's deployed as a centre midfield, but sometimes he will either invert as a right back, or he can push up higher up the pitch, and that's how you kind of beat the press, because Szoboszlai is good on the ball and it's harder to press him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and these are the things where I'm talking about, where with Rice, or even not even just Rice, just any of their players. I thought even Zubi, because Zubi's got it in him. Zubi can dictate. That's his game, isn't it? I thought Arteta, because Arteta's known for in-game, like he's good at controlling games. He knows how to change things if that manager does something to outsmart him. He knows how to
He could have been more clever. He could have been more clever with that, to be honest with you. He could. I think he should have maybe used a different profile then, basically, if he knew that Rice was not getting into the game, they were blocking him out and stuff, and there's only limitations that he can give. You know what I mean? So maybe he could have been more cleverer with his selection. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe put an Eze there, or Odegaard there.
Eze did come on eventually, but saying that, he's injured now, because he came on and he picked up a knock, and he's injured. He's out for a few weeks, but luckily it's international break, so that might work for them. But also Odegaard was out as well. He was injured, so he wasn't able to come on the pitch and affect the game. I remember seeing him in his hoodie, in it, even though I was doing.
Well, they could have even taken a risk of putting on their wonder kid, Max Dowman. I mean, I don't just put young kids, young players like that who are very young in that situation. I wouldn't do that, but maybe he could have done that. Maybe taken a risk. Maybe, you know what I mean? Because but then in saying that, if it did pull off, you're putting a kid into a situation where he's done a.
Oh yeah, well, this is it,
because I think he's 15 years old, isn't he? Still, you know what I mean? Which is
certain countries he can't come out until his homework's done. You get it? It's crazy. I think though they could have got Havertz. You see, like Brighton do this sometimes, or they used to do it under the Zerbi, innit? They'll bring both of their strikers and drop them deep, like 210s. They'll drop them deep though into the midfield area, so then you could pass into them, and then the two wingers they push higher up. So he could have even done that, just to kind of a bit of rotation, just to move things around. But he did none of that, bro. He did none of that. And like, I understand the frustration from Arsenal fans. Like, for me, I would have been pissed, because I'm thinking, like you lot said at the start, a mentality thing, a time to change the narrative. And now all of a sudden, it just looks like going into the season, I don't know how much it will affect them going into other games. I know they've got Bournemouth next, I think, at home. So that should be like game, match and set. But saying that, Bournemouth, their last game against Man United, I know they were at home, but they gave Man United a lot of problems. I don't know if
the doubts is at the moment that they're going to get. Are they going to get the treble? That's the doubts at the moment.
Do you think they're going to get the treble? That's the question. Do you think?
Well, there is doubts at the moment, because let's be honest here, if they play a decent team, right, they play Man City again, or play like a Let me see. Let me think. Let me think at the top of my head. I mean, Man City. Who else is in the competition? FA Cup.
It's going to be Man City versus Liverpool first. That's Liverpool.
Right. So if they play Man City again, would Arteta learn from his mistakes? Basically, that's what I would ask. The question.
No, because that's I think that the second time they've played this season.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of happened last season as well when they played.
I don't think they've got a good record against Man City. I think out of the last 10 games, I think they've only got a result twice. Out of the last 10 games out from Man City. So their record's not great, but they've got to play them in the league again, definitely. But it'll be interesting if they had to face them in a FA Cup final again. It might give them the jitters, and then City could do the double over Arsenal, innit? And then that means they've only got the league and Champions League to do. But do you not think they could win Champions League? That's what I want to ask.
I don't think they will win after the result against Man City. I don't think they'll win Champions League because I think they'll still get caught out. Because Champions League is about Champions League you can be up one moment of a game, but then you can be down in one moment of a game very, very quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agree. I reckon Sporting will do them over anyway.
I don't know if it's Sporting would do it, but I think a Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Barcelona's next if they beat Sporting.
Yeah, I think one of them. I think they will. I think that they'll get undone by one of those teams.
High line.
No, who's Barcelona got? Atletico, innit?
Atletico, innit? Yeah, they got Atletico.
I think Barcelona beat Atletico by what I saw. The way that Tottenham played them, because in defence are not very good. That looks like, even though attack is obviously much better than ours.
Yeah, I think Arsenal have beaten Atletico and Liverpool beat Atletico as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Liverpool beat them well as well. So
yeah, I think
all that. But I reckon if Barcelona, they just rolled over Newcastle. The way Yamal, the way he turned up, he was just on a different. Him and Pedri, and then they were feeding was it Lopez and Lewandowski, innit? Lewandowski, he just turned back to prime Lewandowski with the old school man. Yeah. So it all depends, innit? Like Arsenal will try to do the high line thing and break their high line, but then it's just whether you could stop Barcelona's attack, because that's what Atletico tried to do in the Super Cup, and obviously not Super Cup, their version of the FA Cup, innit? That's what they tried to do, and they got beat up in it. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, man, listen. That's what to talk about Arsenal City quick, innit? Because obviously that was the big topic at the moment. But I want to talk about Liverpool next, because there is some big news, and the big news first is Salah is going to be leaving at the end of the season, and I just want to get Mr. Box Office's opinion first before I go to Big Preach about. Salah, what are your thoughts about him leaving? How would that affect Liverpool, in your opinion?
I'm not pretty shocked by the whole thing anyway. I think it was kind of inevitable that he was leaving. So because of the fact that he's not getting into the team, I don't think he was happy about it. I don't know. I do think there's a lot of trepidation at Liverpool at the moment because of the fact that they're not getting results. They didn't play well against us.
No.
Didn't play well against us.
All Wolves as well. They didn't really
they didn't play well at all.
And Brighton, obviously, there's the last game they played.
Yeah, and they got beaten, didn't they?
They get beat again, yes. Liverpool, 3 games there, just...
I do think that Liverpool need to really refresh next year.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they've lost a few players. I mean, one was very unfortunate circumstances in Jota.
Yeah.
Which has affected them because he did help. He was very influential. I think
on that point, do you think if Jota was still alive, that Liverpool will be doing way better this season? Do you think
I do think he would have been scored because he had a lot of effects. He connected very well with certain players as well, didn't he? He was a very he's a link player, wasn't he? You know, and you saw what happened. You know, that lots of players were very, very upset by him because I think he was very much in the team fabric in that sense. I do think the midfield's very weak in saying that, in terms of a defensive midfielder. And I do think they made the mistake not getting a proper defender in there, because obviously Van Dijk is getting older. I forgot his name now. The player that plays alongside him.
Ibu.
Huh?
Ibu Konate.
Konate, yeah. I think he's leaving as well, probably at the end of the season. So really, they should have got somebody else in, really, in the summer. Probably Gray would have been the best option. You know, I know a lot of people don't really rate him that much, but from what I saw at Crystal Palace, in a system that he wanted to play in, by the way, I think you have to put that into perspective as well. That suited him in the three. I think he would have suited up. You know, whether he was suited up Liverpool, I don't know. But what you seen at Man City, it would have been helpful for Liverpool to have him. But they did have a defender that they brought in anyway. That
I got injured, the young kid, innit?
Yeah.
Leone.
Yeah, they're telling you. Yeah, him. Yeah, he looked all right, man. I was doing some scouting on him, and I was like, yeah, man, I didn't know he was linked to you lot, and I was like, raw, you lot have got a solid defender there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll talk about slot in a bit, because obviously that's another topic, but it'll be interesting to see who's there next summer and what.
I think they'll struggle. I think they need to really do.
What, do you reckon they'll struggle next season unless they?
I do think, because I don't think I think their front line's a bit of a mess, to be honest with you. From what it used to be.
What do you mean?
I just don't think there's that much
firepower,
chemistry.
Okay.
Chemistry than there used to be when you had Salah, Mane,
Fabinho.
That was chemistry. You know what I mean?
Different level.
You know, I look at Liverpool at the moment. You've got Chiesa, who's really coming to his end of his days now.
Yeah.
You got what is his name? The Dutch player,
Gakpo.
Yeah, a lot of people.
He's being linked to Tottenham, by the way.
I think anybody would be better than our front line at the moment. Let's be honest here.
You take him, yeah? You take Gakpo.
Bro, anybody's better than our front line now. We've got bloody people tell. But anyway, let's not talk about that right now. Let's pause on that. We've got, you know,
focus, Mr. Box Office.
Let's focus. Yeah. I'm focusing. Look at me. I'm focusing. I had to stop myself and change something.
But you're saying the chemistry obviously is not.
Yeah, the chemistry is not. I don't think the chemistry's right. I think Izzet was a mistake.
Do you?
I do think Izzet was a mistake.
Why? Why was Izzet a mistake?
I just think they just bought him out because he's flavour of the month.
Do you?
I do think that.
Don't you think Izzet would have been, like, at the time, nobody really knew about Ekitike like that, and Izzet was proven in the Prem. So maybe that's the reason why they got him.
The problem is that they sold too many strikers. I think they should have kept Diaz, right? Whatever you say, Diaz was having an influence on the team, right?
The
Jota situation, obviously, that was a really sad situation, unfortunate situation, but he would have helped 100% with the chemistry as well, letting people settle in. Ekitike, you know, we have to see what happens next season as well. With
you're still not sold on him. You're still not.
No. I think he's done well, but I think we have to see how he.
I respect it. I know he's like one season doesn't tell you anything. You need to see.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So,
but I look at Ekitike's qualities. I'm like, I wish we had him, man.
No. He's a good. He's proven a lot, and like.
But no, you're right. You need 2 seasons.
Ash, obviously, a player like that would improve our front line. So I'm not reviewing that at all. But yeah, just to get to the point, I just think there's a lack of chemistry between the front line. I just don't think, for what it used to be, there used to be a lot of chemistry. Now you just don't see it. I think they made a mistake sending Diaz. I do think they made a massive mistake sending Diaz. I think that. And they brought in 2 strikers that are just too similar in Ekitike and Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused about that for me. You know what I mean?
Don't you think though, like, because Salah, nobody knew Salah was gonna have a season like he did this season compared to his one last season.
Yeah.
Maybe they were thinking Salah, and then maybe two strikers up top with Ekatike and Isaac, and then Salah on the right. Ekatike could possibly play on the left because he's quite nifty, you know. He's mobile, he's agile. He can beat him, man. He can run him behind from the, like, he can go from out to in. And then you've got Isaac just floating around in the middle. And then Salah just there with Verts behind him. But
yeah, I mean, Verts as well. I think Verts, it would have been beneficial for Verts to have somebody like a Jota next to him anyway, so he can, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%.
I think that would have been that
big miss.
But I think and this is a question I need to say to Big Preach, because I think you know this more than me. I think the mistake was, I think what Salah was very good at last season was that he had somebody to cover him when he was going attacking, because he wasn't good defensively. But do you think that would have been better for him, you know, to have somebody to cover him, to buy him? Because it seems that since Trent Alexander's left, he was like covering for him when he was going for attacking, I think it was. Or am I wrong?
Yeah and no. I think it's just the tactical changes from Slot that messed him up a bit more than anything. But you can't, like, the Trent thing is, because of that, it feels like the Trent thing was missing. But I don't think that was I just think we needed like a bit more pace and stuff like that around. So yeah, there's an element of it, but Bradley, I think Bradley could cover like that pace part when we talk about pace and tracking back. I guess Salah had to do that a bit more.
The thing is, though, just on that right back position, you see Trent he wasn't really known for his defending. Do you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really, like, to his latter stages at Liverpool, he wasn't an outside type of runner, outside, like, overlapping fullback anymore. He was more like a midfielder, no? Wouldn't you say? And he was the one, like,
he did a bit of that.
I think that's the reason why Salah was kind of missing him. You know what I mean? I think Trent was a deep line playmaker, and he could fire a ball over the top or into the channel and find Salah a lot quicker. And so Liverpool were more direct. I think this season it's been a little bit slower, a bit more side to side. And I think Slot's done that on purpose because he wants to control the game and be less chaotic. And as a result, it doesn't suit the profile of Salah, who needs to get in behind. He needs space to run into as he's getting older. You know, when he was younger, he would do the mad thing, dribble. I remember the goal Salah scored against Tottenham, bro, at the Wembley Stadium. And it was Toby Alderweireld and it was Vertonghen in defence. But the way he just was like, did the jinky majink, like, went forward and stopped it, cut back, and banged it. Do you remember that goal? I said, nah, listen, this guy is a different level. I know people don't rate Salah's dribbling, but for me, there's different styles in it. But he's a bit more erratic, a bit more like Tevez, kind of bulldozer type, you know what I'm saying? But still effective. And I thought when he was in his like prime in terms of like carrying the ball at speed, he's an efficient ball carrier in my opinion, as opposed to like a dribbler that will dubs man, like put it through your legs or shimmy, cut, fake it, and then you know what I'm saying.
But I think a lot changed this season for him now. Like he's older, so there was a lot more for him to adapt to with the changes. So I think there's a lot of things that played a part, but I'd say mainly just the tactics that Slot, just chose, and it didn't work. It didn't work in Salah's favour. So yeah, it was a disappointing-ish season for Salah. After like a great last season. So I kind of put it down to like, because there's like.
So wait. Let me on that point, before you go any further, do you think then if there was a manager like more like Klopp, he would have got more out of Salah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Klopp was more direct, like in your face, rock and roll. Let's get at them, press high aggressively, balls over the top, if need be, and like he's that player that needs space in front of him, and I just feel like Slot took that away from him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, in terms of that year, like, because under Klopp, there's quite a few games where we had high level of possession. But what that was is that we won the ball back really quickly.
Yeah.
Under Slot, we might have high possession, but that's because he wants to keep the ball. Allows the opposition to get back into formation and into shape. And then we're passing the ball sideways, kind of doing the horseshoe thing.
The
You know what I'm saying?
I know about that.
Yeah.
Spurs fans know about that.
It was so that I think that was killing. Yeah, I feel like that was just killing the whole team. Like that, I don't think you can play that type of possession football in the Premier League.
Is it?
You don't. Yeah.
Because City, obviously, Pep was known for it, innit? The side-to-side thing and controlling. And
but like there was.
You need higher technical level players for that, in my opinion.
And his thing was as well, like his wingers were like they weren't allowed to leave the line.
Yeah.
They weren't allowed to cut in and support. They just needed to stay there. And so you're just keeping the whole pitch and the opposition, they're just spaced out all the time.
Yeah, they're putting the fullbacks apart, so it gives space in between the fullback and the centre back.
Yeah. So there's different.
Wow, box office got different yards. Sorry, go on, preach. Sorry.
So yeah, man, I just feel like this type of possession football just it didn't work for us.
You say that era's done, yeah? Possession type of football, them type of coaches are done out here, or is there still space for them?
Yeah, I think it's done now, and I think that's because of Slot last season as well.
Elaborate.
I feel like he worked it out like how to destroy that type of football. Everyone was trying to do it, and it was just slowing down. A bit of Klopp as well. Obviously, it's his team and his.
So you reckon they figured them out and he needed to change, or do you think? Like, if he left it would have been fine. Because I think that towards the back end of the season, even though you won the league, results weren't going your way. Like, you started to lose a couple games. And I remember Slot talking about, I need to change it because, these teams are figuring me out. And maybe that's the reason why he changed it this season. But then it backfired because you don't have the profiles for what he wants quite yet, apart from Wirtz. I don't know, like, in your opinion, did he try to build a team around Wirtz? Because I feel like the whole system changed.
I think we do. We need to, but we don't. Wirtz needs pace on the wings.
He needs runners, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he needs runners. He needs runners, people that's going to draw players and defenders out of position more.
What do you make of the season, though, Wirtz? Just moving away from Salah for a bit. What do you make of the season? Because obviously Wirtz was big money. You know what I mean? He wasn't 100 mil. He was like, transfer record-breaking, Premier League record-breaking sums of money. So, like, you look at Salah. Obviously, Salah did the thing, the mad thing. He was a top scorer, top assister, whatever. Really, Wirtz should be getting somewhere near to that, no? How much goals and assists has he got this season?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I don't even know. He's on 6 or 7 or something like that in the league.
What goals? Let me find out for you, bro. Let me just bring it up. Go on, keep talking though.
Like I understand all of that, but like the money that you spent for him, but he's young. He's coming from the Bundesliga.
How old is he? Oh, he's 22. Oh, he's young. Same age as Xavi. Mad thing.
So like, I feel like he definitely needed time. I was never one like, he's gonna hit the ground running, he's gonna kill it. But I did expect more. But I'm like, take your time. A lot has changed.
It says here 4 goals. Can you see that? 4 goals and 2 assists, or 6 GA in the league, innit?
Yeah.
All competitions, though, right? Champions League. If I go to Champions League quick, he's got 1 goal in Champions League, so that would make it 7. And then FA Cup. Is it FA Cup or League Cup? What have they got here?
FA Cup.
It's not showing. It's not showing FA Cup. It's just showing Champions League.
Don't acknowledge it now.
Libby's. So don't acknowledge the FA Cup.
It's got Community Shield on there, no?
Yeah, I don't know if he's done anything in community. Oh yeah, he got 1 assist. Does that count though? Community. Can we count that? Part of the season?
No, shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 7 then, isn't it? Yeah, it's not going higher up. So yeah. 7 GA, innit? I mean, like you said, it's his first season and you have to give him a blight. But next season, how much GA do you think he needs then for it to be accepted?
No, he just needs to be numbers and just be involved in everything. So
okay, so GA is not a factor for you. It's just like how he performs in the team.
Yeah, if we can go back to like if other players can get involved and deliver, then I'm not bothered about GA.
Yeah, I hear it. How do you feel for Salah though? Like, because obviously, like, do you focus on that right wing more so, or do you change the system where you've got 2 strikers? That's more your strength. Do you go for 2 strikers?
The formation against Galatasaray, the box midfield.
Yeah.
So
what 2-10? That 2-10s then, yeah.
Yeah, with that, yeah, you'd be able to get Ekatike and Isak involved.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So like a 4-2-2. A 4-2-2. You got 2 6s, 2 10s, and then you got 2 strikers.
And it just means like
So who would you play? If you've got 2 10s, who would your 2 10s be? Would it be Szoboszlai in the 10 and Verts in the 10 as well, or would you buy a number 10, or would you buy a number 10 for that?
No, Szoboszlai works. So I kind of like that formation worked here, but I feel like our midfield next season definitely needs to be Wirtz, Szoboszlai, and a proper number 6.
Okay, so midfield 3.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be our 3.
I'm cool with your Salah replacement then. Who would you have wide, or would you focus on the right wing or the left wing?
Both wings need to be focused. Both things. Like we've got Rio.
If you had to fix one though, one wing at a time. Like summer, you got 1 wing and 1 DM and 1 centre back. Three big signings. Like what we say, what wing are you going for?
I'd have to say right wing then, because if it's not Salah playing there, it's gonna be Frimpong, or depending on what Villa does, Elliot comes back.
Yeah, we take him back. Yeah, so you'd have Rio on 1 wing and Elliot on the other.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if I have to pick one in it, like I'm like, we've got Rio, cool. At least I know we've got some sort of chaos and bite on the left. Do you know what I'm saying? But if Salah's gone the right,
yeah,
that's a scary place to even be.
Right, so, would you take Xavi? Would you take Xavi if Spurs went down as a number 10? I know you got Verts ready, but I know you got Verts ready.
Well, yeah, off the bench, then yeah.
Off the bench, yeah.
Yeah, I would take it. I would take that player. Yeah,
I think Kudos could work well on the right wing. I don't know if he'll get as much GA though, because his decision making isn't that great, and his goal threat needs to be improved, in my opinion. But still, he's still physical. He's strong. He's fast. But you've been linked to Barcola's number 1 from PSG. You've been linked to, but. Yeah. I know Elise's family's gone over to Anfield to watch the games, isn't it?
Yeah, it was there, yeah.
They said basically, you lot need to be in Champions League, if otherwise he's not coming. He said, don't even bother if you're not in Champions League. Because you, man, are 5th at the moment, but there's 1 point between you and Chelsea. Everton are far behind. I think, who else? Brentford are there as well, vying for it. So there's quite a few people going for that 5th or 4th spot. We don't know who's going to get it. I think that's big talking point coming towards the end of the season. Who's going to get the Champions League place? But yeah, man, it's crazy.
It's got a buyout clause as well, isn't it?
Who's got the buyout clause? Oh, Elise.
Yeah.
What's the buyout clause? What is it? 150. Will you do another 150? We do it again, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we won't go any higher than 80.
Is it? Is that your budget? You're budgeting now? Because obviously
each player anyway.
Zach and Vert, so you need to calm it down now, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
It's looking a bit mad. It's looking a bit mad. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's wild.
Well,
Yeah,
it must
there's
be
no way
nice,
we're
isn't it?
smart.
Because obviously we don't even know. See, the Spurs fans, we can only watch and admire from far because we know nothing about it. In January, we'll spend a 35 on a Gallagher and a young 15 million or 10 million for a Caesar, isn't it? But anyway, listen. Sorry, it's not about Spurs. Sorry. I digress. Just a quick touch though. I know we spoke about Liverpool. We spoke about Arsenal. We'll go back and forth. Just a last bit on Liverpool, if we can. Slot. Are you Slot? Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the one trophy. Not one trophy, but the league. Or are you give him another season, let him get the players that he wants?
I don't know. I feel like he's got the end of this season. Well, I should say till the end of this season to make it right and convince us that he should stay.
Right.
And that includes exciting football.
So, irrespective of where he finishes, you're saying that needs to be included.
No, he's got to finish. We've got
So,
to
what's
get
more
Champions League.
of a priority is just getting that Champions League. That's the number one priority.
Now, for him to stay,
yeah, it's got to be both.
It's got to be everything, all round. Yeah, for him.
You're kind of on the edge. You're on the edge right now.
He's not. He hasn't. I've been defending him. And sticking up for him. Yeah, taking a couple punches here and there.
Yeah,
and he's not helping. He's not helping himself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it don't help when you go from Galatasaray winning there to losing to Brighton. Like you're not helping us. So I'm more like if there's no if I'm not sensing that he's decided to change things around for when we do go in the transfer market, things like that, and we know like exactly what we need. I think it's time for him to go. I still think he'll go on mutual consent as it stands. If we get knocked out of the Champions League, I'm cool with him being fired then, and then like the new manager can get a little bit more time in it to implement what he needs.
What's up this? I want to know your opinion, man, on Slot. What do you reckon? In or out?
Wait, one more thing though.
Yeah,
Bowen, where does he play? He's on the left. He's on the right, isn't it? Bowen for West Ham.
Bowen's on the right. Yeah, Bowen's on the right. Darmande can play on the right.
I don't mind him. Like
Bowen, you prefer Bowen?
Yeah.
Bowen and Gordon. You got Gordon on the left, Bowen on the right.
Not all of them.
You don't want Gordon? He's a Liverpool fan, you know. He's got like posters on his wall and everything.
Yeah, so Curtis Jones is a Liverpool fan as well.
Oh, okay. Say no more. I hear it. Hey, box office. Talk to me, man. In or out?
I would say out because I would say this because if you don't get Champions League, I think that's pretty much a big fall. And with the managers that are available at the time as well, I think it would be too much of a temptation to just keep Slot and then end up sacking him in the next season if we don't do well anyway. So I think it would have been harsh earlier on in the season, the way that the season was going for Liverpool, and especially the fact that he won won the championship in his first season. Now looking at it now, really, Liverpool are a shadow of themselves right now.
Would you say though it's fair to say he won it with Klopp's team?
Yeah, probably that's a good argument as well.
Because this is a new team right now. You've seen a lot of players that Slot's got in. I know,
and also Man City weren't Man City as well.
So, but that's my thing though. Yeah, like about Slot is that if we say it was Klopp's team, and Slot was a great coach because it wasn't his players.
I hear it.
So I mean, so yeah, and
But
if it's not his players, then he was a great.
More than a coach now. Do you need a manager? Because he's got a different
I just feel like he's
different
I
tactics.
just feel, just stubborn. Now. I just feel like last season he went from we'll do anything and what's needed to win to like this season being like this is what we're going to do to win.
Yeah,
and he's more stubborn with it, and I'm not going to give up on my ways. It's like, bro, man.
Do you think he fell out with Salah? Is that why he dropped him?
No, I don't know if he fell out with Salah.
It's a tactical thing.
Yeah, I feel like the squad wasn't happy with his decisions. Like, you've got to remember, it wasn't like even on the pitch there was like mad things. Curtis Jones had a moment. He didn't know what to do next. Chiesa had moments. Even Wirtz had moments. And Szoboszlai, they all had moments in terms of like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we supposed to be pressing? Are we not? Like, so I just feel like tactically it's not working. Like, if players if they buy into what you're doing, it works. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think if Liverpool or Slot had a number 6 and a centre back, not Konate, innit? Because everyone's saying Konate fell off. He was too inconsistent. When he's good, he's amazing, but when he's poor, he's bozo, innit? But if you had a proper centre back and a proper 6, do you think that would have made a difference? And you would have it'd be a different conversation, or do you think irrespective of that?
Would most probably have more draws than losses because you can't put our lack of attacking on not having a number 6 and Ibu. Like Gakpo was not representing in attack. Maybe Salah might have not had to do much tracking back, but once again, tactically, we're not bombing the ball down there for him to chase.
Yeah,
there's not consistent pressure on the opposition.
Do you agree with his comment here? Liverpool made a lot of signings in a short space, and they need time to gel. Do you think that's a fair statement or not?
I think that for me personally, I don't think it was time to gel. I think it's tactics. I just think Slot plays boring. Playing boring football. Like if you've seen like the Galatasaray game, I think it was Aston Villa, Real Madrid. Like we played well. Like that was one of our best games.
Yeah.
Little element of clock football in there, but they gelled in those moments. So I mean, I think there is like an element of that needed though. So like, knowing who's like, so and so is gonna run, or I know they like to cut in and shimmer and go to the right more often. There's little things like that. Like Szoboszlai and Salah's relationship first season wasn't the best. Szoboszlai is passing the ball quite a lot more.
It's an interesting point because I thought Szoboszlai would be able to hit those balls into Salah. Like he's got that kind of.
He did last season. Last season he was doing it more. Like they
definitely instruction then.
And they understood it, yeah. And it was the first season where everyone was like, we need him to do a bit more. Like,
what do you make of this comment here that Destiny's written? He said it's so hard to motivate your team to win leagues after the league. That's hard. Like Ferguson was so great. Do you agree with that? It's hard to go back to back, but even still, like just to caveat that point, like because you're nowhere near the title race, you're not in it. Is that a big issue as well? Because it's one thing. Like obviously, it's hard to defend the title, but if you lost it by 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point, you're like fair enough. But to lose it, but like you guys are closer to mid conference than you are to the actual title. And I think like out of the title defenses, this has got to be probably one of the, dare I say it, one of the worst.
I don't know if it's one of the maybe top 10 or something like that. Title defenses.
Let me ask box office as well. Box office, what do you think, man? Do you think it's hard to motivate the team after like winning the title, and that's an excuse for Slot?
100%. I don't think I've never heard such absolute waffle my whole life. Honestly, I don't think you should have that excuse at all. I think that should give you a bit more. What is it? What's the word? Strength and confidence that you've got the job done. Yeah, you know, arrogance. That's it, arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because then you've got a target on your back, and that should give you that arrogance to go again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And say that we're the best. You know what I mean? So I don't agree to that at all.
So maybe Liverpool signed too many players at once, too many egos. Is that a
well,
case?
probably, but I do think that the profiles of players he hasn't got right. You know what I mean? I just think that's the problem with the squad.
And that's on the manager, right? That's got to be on him.
I think it's on the hierarchy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's more to do with the hierarchy now than manager.
I think Preach disagrees with Preach. What
you need more transfer windows to get that team that you're gonna want anyway for any manager.
So then, really, you should keep him then if you're saying that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's it's situations and stuff like that. Like, you've got Diaz and his contract. How many years was left on there? We've lost Jota.
But isn't that down to the board then?
I don't think we've got the wrong profile players. I just think like we've more replaced players instead of like added on. But like you.
Oh right, so you haven't added to the squad. You just basically rotated. So you've like replaced
Nunes,
Jota, and Diaz.
I mean, Diaz was. I don't even think he was kind of like Rio might say is. But
nah, he's not though, is he?
Rio's yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you can't
position
really
wise, but
at the same time, you don't feel him Rio. So if you can't really buy a left winger. If you want to keep Rio in the squad, and he's meant to be the future, you're complaining that he's got to play the youth. He's not playing the youth. Then do you know what I mean? You can't play a left winger.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice if we had like Diaz and Rio.
Yeah, I hear it. But do you think Liverpool should have bought a right winger while Salah was about still? Do you know what I'm saying? So you could kind of transition nicely, as opposed to like him saying, I'm gone. And then obviously there's a big space that's left open. Or do you agree, like, you know, it's better if a player leaves and then you got that space open so you can convince that player to come and play there? Like, what's your thoughts?
Unfortunately, I think for Salah, it's like contracts. It's a lot of money in it. Like, I think we're going to save over 10 mil when it comes to Salah's contract, including bonuses and stuff like that. So I think outside of selling him, I think it makes sense. I'm all right. Like, I'm kind of all right with Salah going, because
all right. He's not going to like Real Madrid or nothing like that. And
he didn't have the best season. Like, let's be real. He could come back.
Yeah,
might not. You never know, innit? Like, so
it's a bit like Son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Box office. Like, Son kind of was on his way down, kind of left. Problem with us, we didn't replace him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, obviously, Liverpool are a completely different institute to what we have. You know what I'm saying? You won't let your legends leave and not replace them with something like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you'll get someone nice in that area, but
I'm sure they'll get somebody to replace him. Whether it'll be
it'd be a different profile, maybe a different profile, but it'll be of a level. Do you know what I'm saying? Where they can say, yeah, you know what, this is gonna work and help us push on. And like next season, if Xabi Alonso was to come in, what is your expectations? Actually, let me start with box office before I come to you, Preach. What do you think Alonso has to achieve in his first season at Liverpool if he is to get like let's say he got the right winger in Elise. He gets Elise. I know you rate Elise, innit? Imagine he gets Elise, he gets a top number 6, you know what I'm saying? He gets like an Adam Wharton, for example, like a playmaker, and he gets like a destroyer next to Wharton. And then he gets a centre back, a top centre like a Bastoni or someone. You know what I mean? He gets Bastoni, centre back, Adam Wharton, and he gets Elise. Xabi Alonso, knowing his tactics, like what do you think he should be expected to do if they spent like 300 mil, for example, or 250?
He has to be in to answer your question, he should be in the Champions League. He needs to get into Champions League positions. And I'll tell you the reason why is because Liverpool do not accept anything lower than that. Especially with
Well, what if they get top 4 now?
Well, the way they're performing, no, they don't deserve it, but they have to be in top 4, don't they?
They got to be in top to get the players that I'm talking about. They got to be offering Champions League football. No.
I think they'll still get players even if they're in Europa League, but it's just the ramifications of not being in the Champions League because of the money and all that stuff, and revenues and all that. They're chalk and cheese. The revenues are miles above what you get in the Europa League, isn't it? But they can lose that as a competition to win and then get into Europa League in that way, isn't it?
Yeah, fair point.
You know what I mean? So, but in saying that, they do need to get into. They do need to get in Champions League this year, and I think they need to get in Champions League if Alonso's there. And the thing is, though, with Alonso, I mean, I would say, yeah, I do agree with Preach about Slot coaching the team, and because I think they had the midfield they got now, the centre midfield they got now, defensive midfield that used to be
Endo.
No, not him.
Back in the day, you mean like Fabinho?
Oh, no. The one that they've got right now that had a really
McAllister. He's not really DM, but
not McAllister. That's it. Sorry. He turned him into a defensive midfielder, so I do think he has got his coaching ability. But I just think with it for instance, if it was if Slot was at for instance a Newcastle, I don't think it's a big tragedy if they don't get into top 4, right? Because there's not that much expectations. Liverpool have been renowned to be in that top 4.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of a tragedy for them. It's like if Man City were out of that Champions League, it's a tragedy for them. You know what I mean? So for me, it's one of those things really for me. You know what I mean? So for me, to answer the question again, just a bit of clarity, that for me, top 4.
Okay.
And one thing I'll say with Alonso, because this was the problem at Real Madrid, he's a coach.
Yeah.
He coaches players. Whether he'll do well, I don't know, but he does coach players.
Well, he did well at Real Madrid, but obviously they're just guy.
They want a manager. They want a manager.
Yeah.
It's not even that. I feel like at Real Madrid, they didn't want to. The work rate that Alonso was asking for was too much. Hella tracking back and all of that. I think it was more of that.
You wanted Rodrigo and them man there to track back. I said,
track back, you get me. You don't do something.
It's not happening, bro. Forget it. It's long. But yeah, let's move on from Liverpool. Obviously, spoke about a lot about Liverpool. I could touch on Chelsea, but what's the point? You know what I mean? Chelsea are their own undoing. Rosignol, I think his days are numbered. Just to wrap it up real quick, you know what I mean? However, the board look like they're going to back him. They said he's got a 6-year contract and he ain't going nowhere. Really interesting. I think they need to get more. I think he needs to get more out of Palmer, me personally, and they need to build around him if they're going to get because I think he could be doing more for me.
I'm laughing at Chelsea fans because I can't stand them.
I hear it, man. I hear it.
Honestly, they deserve everything they get. Honestly, it's not even about the charges. It's not even about the things that they've done behind. It's just
you had that in that.
I'm not even getting into that. It's just I just can't stand them the way that they are. They might relegate us anyway, so they'll get their own back on us anyway. So we'll get our just desserts anyway. But the point I'm making is that I mean I think Chelsea fans, certain ones, they were used to their era with Abramovich, and I think they've been back down to reality right now.
The old Chelsea.
I think old Chelsea fans are used to it because they have. But now this new era of Chelsea fans that were just used to
them man there,
So I think now they've realised that they're not used to it. They're not used to this sort of because it's clear they've got their strategy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And they're just. I mean, Mazzini is a coach.
Yeah,
he's not got in control of the who he wants to buy in. It seems. It seems that it's all down to the directors. That's it. The hierarchy.
Yeah,
so basically, they're doing a system of what the Italian model is. You know what I mean? The Italian model is having the director of footballs are the ultimate, basically.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
They want a yes man. They want a coach.
They want a coach who just coaches the players.
They got their youth project.
Left.
Yeah, we got this young player here. He's coming in, and you need to coach him. Simple as that. I've got this guy from Lisbon. Lisbon's coming. You got a young player from Marseille to coach him. Done. You know what I mean?
That's why Tuchel left in the end. That's why Tuchel left. That's why Pochettino left in the end, because he said he didn't like the fact that he was getting players sold under him, like Gallagher, that he loved as his main player.
Yeah.
And it's not done any favors from Maresca. And I know from what I heard from, I don't prone to hear a lot of Chelsea fans anyway, because I think they're just the moaners anyway.
Yeah,
most of them. Some of them are all right, but most of them I just think they're awful. And they didn't want Maresca to go, so
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, just it's just funny seeing the way that they are at the moment. You know what I mean? It's just funny.
Yeah, you know what it is? They find it hard to accept where they are at the moment.
Yeah,
because in their head
it was so high.
Yeah. They're Man City. In their head, they're still Man City, innit? But in real life, they're nothing other than like a Villa, bro. If that, you know what I'm saying? What do you think, Preach, man? Charles, real quick.
Yeah, like it's definitely about making money scheme, money making error,
money bolting, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess they got the manager. I think I got a feeling they knew that these fines was coming, this punishment was coming as well. I think a lot of it's got to do with that. Because they gave him 6 years. I'm sure there's most probably some sort of clause in there as well that they can get him out of it. But there's if this these 2 years of like it's like maybe a 2-year ban, didn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
What top quality managers gonna want to be in that position anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's got a point. You got a point. Fair.
So I feel like, I just feel like they needed someone to come in and just coach the players that they're getting them, knowing that in 2-3 years.
We say this now, but like, how really, like, what is their ambition then? If that is the case, can't be league titles.
No. Maybe just top 4 getting into Champions League. Like, I don't think I feel like they're not far off like what Arsenal are. I think Arsenal are happy with like top 4 finishes. So I feel like Chelsea are the same. Like, you got to think, like, for me, the Garnacho buy deal makes no sense whatsoever. Makes no sense. Like, he wasn't
0 sense. 0. I agree.
Yeah, like he wasn't underperforming at United. That was his level. You know, like, for example, like when they bought Torres off of us, like, I know he kind of dipped in form, but it was like maybe he just needs a new environment.
Yeah. No, 100%. That was the right signing for them at the time. Remember, at that time when Abramovich was around, they were going for Torres. They were looking at Gerrard. Remember, they're going at all of your legends. They were like, yeah.
But Torres had a history of playing well, though.
Yeah. That's what you were like a stepping stone kind of club back then.
Yeah, for the bigger.
And everyone was money, not just Liverpool though, but they even made Man United a bit shook because they looked at Rooney, like, you know what I'm saying? Man United were like, whoa, So like, yeah, like Chelsea were the bullies at the time in the league, but now
bullies, but still Liverpool won trophies then, didn't they?
But they were smart.
Yeah.
But they were smart though.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is Chelsea was still smart. The quality of players that they was getting or trying to go for, whether they was bullying or not. But this time round, like Garnacho was like, he got like, what's there to fear of Garnacho? Like, oh my gosh, you got Garnacho. Oh my gosh, no one was like that. It was like, really?
Yeah, it's
So
not a step up.
Like, so he
Because
just
they
made.
had they had Noni Madueke. I know it's not opposite wing. They bought obviously what's his face, man? That youngster, the young black kid from Dortmund. They bought not even Sancho, the
Gizif.
no, they bought Gittins, innit?
Oh, seen.
Yeah, they bought Gittins as well. But it was like, I didn't understand like the Garnacho signing. If you got Gittins already, why buy? Do you know what I'm saying? To me, that didn't make no sense. But Gittins, again, it's not really the level, isn't it? Like he hasn't really worked out, and it just shows like Bundesliga tax. You have to equate that when buying players. You get me? Because they don't always work out. I think the closest league to Prem in terms of purchasing players has to be now League On, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Turkey's come to Man City and he's dealt with the physicality fine. Ekitike, he's Bundesliga, so you give him a, you know what I'm saying? But Ekitike did come from PSG as well. You know that? Like he was at PSG before
he was there.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He actually played a season. So yeah, I don't know. Bundesliga, it's a bit of a mad one. Danso said it as well. One of our defenders, he said, I played them both League On and the Bundesliga, and I think League On's a lot more physical than the Bundesliga, isn't it?
So, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
but yeah, going back to Chelsea, no, I agree, man. I just think they're like you're right in terms of like where did they go from here? Like Chelsea, I don't know if they can build upon what they have already. To me, they need a mixture. If they buy like a senior striker and a senior centre back with experience, I'm not saying like a striker in his 30s or late 20s. Someone that's 26, between 24 and 26, that's got experience, that's got minutes underneath his belt. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a goalkeeper, in my opinion. I don't think Sanchez is it. You need a top goalkeeper. That one's not going to make mistakes. A top centre back. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they can push on. But they're not going to do that. They're on this whole youth thing. They're going youth heavy. You know what I'm saying? They do too much, too far, too soon. And I just think that's going to backfire on them. You know
that's why I said that. That's why I was just about to say to make you right on that one because I was a bit confused what you were saying, but then you ended it what you said that they're going for youth, and that's what they're doing. So they gave these youth players long contracts, didn't they? You know what I mean?
And if it works, there's possibly trophies and great sell-ons. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna sell a few of them and they're just as they're hitting their peak ages and stuff like that. So I can see like the forward thinking in terms of like the plan in making money, but I think it was the Premier League is too much. It's too experienced. It's too entertaining. It's too physical. It's too pacey. It's a lot. It's a big risk all round. I think like to just work on a squad like that. The last time I'm sure a squad so young that did something was Alex Ferguson. No.
Yeah, he was the one that got them. Yeah, the youngsters.
They all came up together. They did. They all came up together that time.
They also had experience as well. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, they had experience as well. Yeah, and I think the experience are very mediocre in the Chelsea squad at the moment.
Well, yeah, I think their experience is underperforming. You've got Caicedo. I'm not saying he's world class or tip top, but he's not a bad player. But this season, he's made a lot of mistakes. I would say he's more experienced than some of their players that they have at the moment. Some of their centre backs. I think the centre back area is like Chelsea were known for their defense. That's what they were built on, and then they allowed their attack to do their thing. Once you've got a strong spine, you can allow your attackers to do whatever they want. You can build off upon that. But when you've got inexperienced, like I can't even say the brother's name, but you got inexperienced centre backs. Say that again.
I know. I thought you were saying Fofana.
Fofana's one of them. I wasn't even thinking of Fofana because he's got some reps. He's got some like minutes under his belt elsewhere, but they've got other defenders in their team. I'm like, bro, like this ain't it. Like for a team that's like Chelsea's level, you need to be like, you can't be the best of the best youth-wise and not have those minutes. You need to have those reps. Like centre back's a different area. Like fullback, different. You can risk it. Do you get it? Even like in the wider areas, maybe. But you see the centre.
There's a few. Colwell, Hato as well.
Hato's mad young, yeah. Hato from Ajax. He came from Ajax, innit? But it was, I'll tell you now.
He was like, wasn't he? Was hot property though, innit?
He was hot property. But again, he's coming from a weaker league, innit?
Chelsea do though. That's what Chelsea do. They go for the biggest hot property. That's it.
Achimpong. That's the guy I'm thinking about. Achimpong. Badashil's not good enough. He came from Monaco, but just not good enough, innit? Adebayo. He's from Fulham, but I wouldn't say he's older. He's 28 years old. He's like one of the most senior players that he's came in. But again, he's not good
experienced. Enough. Yeah, but he's not experienced in the top.
He comes from City's academy. Don't get me wrong, but he won't come to Fulham. Fulham, he was playing alongside Addison. He's a top centre back. But coming into Chelsea another level. You need a top set. Chalobah, obviously, he did his thing at Palace. He was all right. But again, like, is he of the level what they need? Colwell wasn't bad when he was there, but Madouma, Sarr, I don't know, man. And Reece James as a fullback, too injury prone for me. Top defender when he's fit, like he's got the physicality you need. He can play like the inverted thing, so he plays in midfield. I remember he was being used in midfield for Maresca, but it's just like he's not available enough. Do you know what I mean? Gusto, I like him, but I'm talking more of the central areas. Do you know what I mean? Cucurella needs a push. Hato, maybe he comes good in 2 or 3 seasons, and maybe that's the reason why they've got no one for now. You need a mix. You need a strong core at the back, and in the midfield.
Then that's where it goes back to their manager, though. Like, is he good enough to
get the best out of those
players? Get the improvement. So
this is it. I'm gonna move on to I know we've been itching about this Spurs. We've got Alex here, and we're going to talk about Spurs. We've got a question from Queen Ellie first, and then I'll talk about your thoughts about the managers that we're linked with. But it says, Ash and Alex, I have a question for you both. Do we stay up or do we go down? Explain why you feel that outcome. Actually, before we come to Mr. Box Office, because I want to hear an outsider's point of view. No, this is Rivals. You let me know from your perspective. Is Spurs staying up or are they going down? It's quite simple.
So I'm taking banter out now. Yeah, no banter. Like, yeah, possibly you can. It can happen. I think West Ham's not consistent enough. So I think it's going to be down to West Ham's consistency that kind of saves you lot, if that makes sense. And then again, and even Forest as well. I know like the last few games they've done all right. That it was an important game between you two. That would have given you one of you. Obviously, the winner would have had a breathing space, which is not in Forest. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's difficult, man. Like, I think for Spurs, if you click and get it together, because I don't think we didn't see the best of the ability that you've got. Like the result and where you are, I don't think matches your team on paper. Like, if that makes sense, you get me? Like, if you was just going by the names and by paper and ability, I don't think I wouldn't put you down in that position. So I don't actually think you'll go down. But like, I wouldn't be shocked if it happens just because of form of 2026. So it's a tight one then.
I mean, just on that, you're saying off the names on the team sheet, because I think most people would agree with you outside of Spurs. They will look at the players and say that's not a team that's going to go down for relegation. Like, whether you rate them or not, it's a different debate. But as a team that actually goes down and they leave the Premiership, I don't think. And let's be honest, before the season started, no one was saying Spurs are going down. Outside of the Spurs community, I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
that was never a conversation. In fact, I think some rival fans were saying they think Spurs get top 6. I was hearing that type of conversation. Some were saying 8th, some were saying mid-table.
I was more mid-table, like top 10.
But look how far away mid-table is from the relegation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I bring that up is you now have to take out what you think of the players or what you think of the team, because they're here. How did they get here? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And now that they're here, can they get out of it? Like, because Tudor, by the looks of it, is gone. You know, his father's passed away, and one of our top journalists, Alistair Gold, he's come out and he said, you know, it's been a mutual agreement that, you know, both Tudor and Spurs are going to have a mutual agreement and they're going to go their separate ways. So then now the manager position is open, and we've been linked with 2 managers, one being the Zerbi and the other one being Adolf Hutzer, yeah, or Adolf Hutzer, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I apologize. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. And like, we could talk about their tactics, whatever, but tactics doesn't seem like it's a thing right now. It seems like the players aren't playing for each other and they're not playing with each other. It just seems all a bit all over the place. Do you think the players, the next manager comes in, does he have to drop players like Romero and Van der Ven if they're not getting along with other players and they're falling out? Or does he have to play the best players available? Xavi Simons being an example. If Xavi Simons now all of a sudden is calling out, I don't know, Vicario, like Vicario's a dickhead, or he's saying, I don't rate Matthias Tell, I think he's shit. Richarlison can't do shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you keep him away? Or do you play Xavi because he's our best player? Like, no matter what, you play Romero, he's the best player. Like, where do you sit on that?
I feel like you need a manager that can come in and tell everyone, like, F your feelings. Like, it's not about you now. You're not that important. Yeah. Like, no one ain't done anything to be chatting like that. So, so I'd say, like, you need a manager that can turn around and say, I need you all at your best. I need you lot to play like you're the bestest friends ever. Yeah, and then we'll sort out the beef during summer. You get me? Like, but right now, whether you like each other or not, everybody's career is kind of on the line, CV, reputation's on the line.
Can I stop you on that one? Because when Tudor first came, he took them all out for a lovely meal. Like, there's a picture, and they're all sitting down at the table. And I think what he tried to do was get the team bonding again, team spirit. Obviously, it was horrible. They lost many games on the Frank. And I think he said, you know what? Forget football for a second. Let's all just sit down, have a meal, hold hands, kumbaya, and let's just let it all work out. But
yeah,
unfortunately,
I think that was the problem. Yeah, that you needed to come in and be like, look, hear what I'm saying. Yeah, you lot are failing. This is not working. We can make it work. I need you lot to listen. None of this, like, look, let's bond. Like, we'll bond over the summer. Right now, fix up. You need like a Roy Keane.
I'm gonna stop you again, because apparently fans are saying that, you know, Tudor came in as the bad guy. He tried to do the bad man thing, tried to bad up couple man, and that's backfired. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not bad minding anyone. Like, I'm saying it's not working. Like, none of you lot are doing it. Like, stop. You need to grow up. Stop. Like, be a man. Pull your socks up. Whatever you want to say. Put your trousers on. We're all failing. Like, we are all failing. Like, this needs to stop now, and you lot need to pull your socks up, and it needs to work. You could, but not bad man like call out someone like you're not holding the ball enough. You're not running down the wings. Why are you standing there? You're not tracking back.
Yeah, but what does he do if like one of the top players is calling out another player saying, "Brother, you hold on to the ball
you've
way
got to pull him.
too long.
Yeah, you've got to
You
pull
need
him
to pass
aside,
the
man.
ball." Do you know what I'm saying?
Pull him aside.
Do you take him out of the team fully because he's being disruptive?
Nah, you ain't got time to be taken. You ain't got time to be taking out top players. You need to be going, bro. Do you want to be a top player or not? Yeah, because I can show you where you haven't done anything. There's no one in the
saying they got teams calling them, hollering. They got Barcelona on their phone right now. Like, what then, innit? Say, bro, I don't mind. Let this team can go down. I don't care. Barcelona gonna come.
There's a few, yeah, but there's like. Does that mean they have to go? Like some of them have got contracts.
Yeah, no, I hear it. Yeah,
I'm saying so they don't actually have to go. Do you get me? Like player power really comes in when clubs. There's an element of I can lose a lot here. You get me? Like there's not enough time left on your contract. Things like that. But like I hear that, but then you're just gonna have to maybe then you expose them if they're doing that. Like I don't care. Then yeah, but if they're complaining like so and so's not doing what they want to do, but there is a care element because each and every single player you can call them out. You can show them a tape of them not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Be like, brother, you're not perfect. I think the last person that you couldn't call out in your squad was Song.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't call him out and say, right, we're all failing. Like, well, this is a player that's trying. This is the level of trying that I want to see from every single one of you. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's that element. It's a very difficult situation that you lot are in, man.
I agree, man.
Very difficult.
If Van Dijk was chatting rubbish, would you say, "Oh, you need to drop him"? Like he's talking wicked about the club, like he doesn't care about the club.
If it's hindering the club, but like the form Virgil's on now, and he's calling people out. The people he's calling out ain't doing something. They're doing something wrong. But like, yeah, if he just continuously was playing poorly, and then you're calling out players, it's like, no, bro, you're not that guy. You need to pull your socks up first. You need to be that solid defender, and then we'll talk about who we're calling out, if anything. But I just think right now, with how many games? 6 games left.
6 games. Yeah.
You get me? Unless you're just preparing for next season. Whether that's and you don't care as the manager if you go down or not, then yeah, take the players out. But if you're trying to last gasp, you're drowning and you need last bit of air, you're gonna need everyone to just pull in and just forget the beef, forget who you're not happy with, and we need to really do this. I need elbow grease, the whole works, man.
Box office, you're allowed to chime in still. You can have your say, man. This is our last 7 games, by the way. Sunderland away, Brighton home, Wolves away, Aston Villa away, Leeds home, Chelsea away, Everton home. Does that make a difference?
No, because I think we're going down anyway. The only reason why we're not going to be down is because of West Ham and Leeds.
So we're not going down then.
Pardon?
You say West Ham are going to be worse than us?
No, that's it. Well, at the moment, that's why we're not in the relegation zone at the moment. But I think if West Ham have got anything about them, they're beating Wolves on the Friday night before we play Sunderland, and we're not winning. We're not winning any game.
Breach, make sure you watch that. Yeah, Friday night when international week's done. Leeds versus West Ham versus Wolves.
We're not winning any game. And the thing that's funny about this whole thing, right? Because I've answered the question, the fact that I don't think we're winning any game. I think we're going to get more draws than wins, and we're going to be losing against Aston.
Sorry, before you go any further, what games did we draw out of these games here?
I think we'll draw Sunderland. I think we'll draw Brighton. That's it on my channel, Mr. Box Office TV, if you want to know.
So Sunderland away at their ground.
Yeah.
And
draw against Brighton.
Against Brighton at home, where we haven't won all season. Well, we haven't won 2 games all season.
We'll lose against Wolves.
Okay.
We'll lose
against. So you think you'll draw against Sunderland and Brighton and lose against Wolves?
Yeah, we'll lose against Wolves. We'll lose against Aston Villa. We'll draw against Leeds, I think. We'll lose against Chelsea. And I'm toing and throwing whether we're going to lose against Everton. But I think it will be in a draw, so it won't be good enough.
What do you think? So Preach saw the lineup. Do you think different in terms of where Spurs?
Yeah, I feel you'll get more. I think you can beat Wolves, Leeds.
By the way, though, we've got a poor record at Molineux. Wolves are like our bogey team, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I hear that. But I can still
you got points against them as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So. But now it can happen though. I can see. I still see it. Like
okay, fair enough. Go on.
And then I think your home games are winnable. So yeah, Brighton at home.
And then
okay, and Big Preach, you're saying this when we only had 2 home wins this season.
Yeah, but it's crunch time now, isn't it? It's like this time of the season.
So now you're waking me up, yeah? It's crunch time against West Ham.
What I'm saying is this time of the season.
Crunch time against Crystal Palace, the biggest game. Look what happened.
Don't forget. Yeah, see, this time of the season,
the biggest game.
Yeah, I can hear it.
No. You had your time to shine. Yeah, you had this time to shine. Yeah. But your 5 minutes of fame didn't do any more for you because you're thinking about too much of Salah, right? Is that the point is though, yeah? The biggest game of a season when the fans were having a big parade for them, yeah? The bus coming in, them waving at them, yeah? To motivate them. What do? We shit the bed and we lost against Nottingham Forest. So please don't tell me.
So what I'm saying is you see that as a wake up. You see that as a wake up call.
When you waking up, then?
Listen, the worst time to play teams that are in a relegation battle is this time of the year.
Okay, so let's talk about waking up. We ain't won a game this year, bro.
I hear it. I hear it, but you see, like, reality is now, like, you could really be going down. Like,
okay, so points per game this year, 0.38.
Yeah, you're talking about the whole season. I'm
talking about from January. From January,
start of January. From January, you lot's players most probably thought like we're gonna get out of this, and you get me, like now, like it's real. Like I don't know if you ever been at work here. This is for me with work. Right, I come in late a lot. Yeah, I didn't care, innit? I got a first warning. I didn't care. Yeah, I got a letter. I didn't care. Then disciplinary stage 1. I didn't care. You know why? Because there was a stage 2 and stage 3 after. I got all the way to stage 3, and they said if we do disciplinary stage 4, you can get dismissed. I stopped coming in late. The minute I knew that I got one more opportunity, if I have one more disciplinary, I'm getting fired.
Well,
I stopped coming in late.
Yeah, I hear the analogy, and it's a great analogy there, but I just think it's a load of waffle, what you just said. Even though I do love you, Big Preacher, because you do help me on that sense. You know what I mean? Because I do appreciate you.
Trust me, as a title contender.
But when I talk about this, when you talk about your theory about pressure, right? You should have seen us against Liverpool, right? You saw us against Liverpool, so you were bang average against us, weren't you? Right? Okay. And look what happened. When the pressure was off, even though Liverpool didn't play well, we got a draw. Right? Again, Atletico Madrid, Atleti, they call them now, right? Pressure off because we lost the game. Right? We win 3-2. But the pressure game against Nottingham Forest, and you should have seen Tottenham fans after Liverpool. They were like on top of the world. Yeah? I was on We Are Tottenham TV. One person was saying to me, Why be positive? Be positive, Mr. Box Office. Yeah, it's a circuit breaker, Mr. Box Office. I was sitting there thinking, wait till Nottingham Forest. She's completely changed her mind now. She's completely changed right now. This is Tottenham fans saying, oh, you know what? After Atletico Madrid, oh, you know what? Tudor, he ain't that bad. He ain't that bad. After two results, one result which we didn't play well against Liverpool. Liverpool should have really scored more goals, right? Oh yeah, here's a brilliant picture of this bloody parade. Yeah, sorry about it. Yeah, I should have just done my stream. I should have just done my show again. You know what I mean? Because obviously, Big Preacher's just woken up the beast. He's just woken up the beast, right? Okay, so getting back to the point, right? Okay, so we had all that time. We got two results: a draw against Liverpool, which didn't get us any out of trouble at all. Didn't play well, and then meaningless game against Atleti, right? Tottenham fans were saying, "Oh, I don't mind Tudor." After the last week, the week before, saying we want to get rid of Tudor, right? And then what happens at Nottingham Forest after all that fanfare, all that promotion, right? All that trying to G up the players and G up the fans. We shit the bed 3-0. And you know what the fans did? They left at half time. So this is our fan base. This is our team. And you're telling me to be hopeful of what we're doing right now. Bro, we're going down. And you know what the cheek of it is? I'm sorry, Smack, I have to do this because I was listening to that absolute crap on Talk Sport. I'm sorry, right? I've got finance people telling me, oh, it's going to be terrible if Tottenham go to the Championship. I'm sitting there saying, why are you telling me this business when the business people should have known this already when we should have got some players in January? We should have got some players in January. Right, so they're the ones who are incompetent, but they're talking to us like we should know this business. So if they're telling me all this business, yeah, right? Asmati, do me a favor, put the camera on me, bruv, because I want to make myself known here, right? The point is, though, yeah, right, is that basically, yeah, right, if they're telling me that, pay me to do their job because I'll do it better than them all day long. I'll do it all better than them all day long. Yeah, so because I don't need to know about their flipping job, what they should have done better than them, should have done better. You know what I mean? You know, it's a cheek. Some finance guy from Talksport telling me what I don't need to know about my flipping football club. Yeah, what they should have done a long time ago. Yeah, should have sacked Frank when they should have sacked Frank. Should not got in Tudor when they should have got in Tudor. You know what I mean? And left us in the mess that we are at the moment. Yeah. And now look at us now. You know what I mean? No, it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And if they want to tell me of this business and tell the fans of it, get us in charge and we do a better job than bloody Vinay and Lange and these people that have run this club to the ground, that we could now go and get relegated. Right? It's down to them, not down to the fans. Yes, they are. Yes, we are deluded. We are the most deluded fan base in the Premier League by none. But it's nothing to do with us. It's down to them and those players, because those players that gave us the 0.38 points per game this far. The worst team in Europe, 45 bloody defeats. And guess who's above us? Guess who's above us, Big Preach? Guess who's above us? I'll give you a little guess. It's Wolves. It's Wolves. Yeah? Wolves, who are bottom of the league. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. Yeah? And the fact is, yeah, you know when we were doing that little segment about Liverpool, yeah? Right? And Chelsea, you know who they were talking about, Tottenham fans in the chat? They were talking about bloody Archie bloody Gray. Bloody Archie Gray, who's no better than bloody Harry Winks. Honestly, I don't even know where we're going with this. And that's all I've got to say. I'm sorry. Back to you, Smatty. I'm done. I'm sorry. It just had to come out. I've had enough of this crap. Honestly. Oh, dear.
But how much of Nottingham's Forest loss would you put down to Tudor? Because it was.
It's all on Tudor. It's all on Tudor. Because the thing is, though, he played Archie Gray. He played bloody Sarr, who is just an athlete, right? Who's just an athlete, right? And also, right, the fact that he didn't play Javi Simmons. And I don't rate Javi Simmons, right? But for one thing, he's our best creative player because we ain't got Maddison. We ain't got Maddison. And we ain't got Kulusevski. I don't think we're going to see him ever. Right? Tell is absolutely useless. Right? Solanke is just, he's not fit, but he's been useless anyway. Right? Richarlison's just a chaotic striker. Right? The team was not set up right at all. And he's not got it right for a long time now. He's not got it right. But we buckle under pressure. He should have played Moani. I know Moani's been disappointed. He's been terrible. He's been a terrible signing. He didn't play Paulinho. He's our best defensive midfielder. He's our best defensive midfielder. We put bloody kid in charge. And yeah, he's passing the ball. He's pinging the ball everywhere and everything else. But he was not our best midfielder. He should have played proper pros. And we're criticising Gallagher. And yeah, Gallagher, he's just an athlete. He's an athlete and he works hard. But he's a proper pro. A proper pro. And he must be sitting there thinking, what the hell am I doing at bloody Tottenham Hotspur? You should have brought Aston Villa. What the hell? I mean, all of them are criticising him. And the reason why they criticise him because they wanted a proper winger. But that's not his fault. But we're championing bloody Archie Gray and bloody Murval. And what did they bloody do in the game? You know what I mean? Since it's Archie Gray has been in the team, right? Yes, we did win against Crystal Palace. Since we won in the team, right? Okay, we've lost. We haven't won. 13 games we've not won in the league. 13 games. And people are telling me, oh, just be positive because if we do, you know, you need a little bit of hope. Sorry, facts don't do feelings, bruv. Facts don't do feelings. You know what I mean? I'm done with it because I'm seeing the same thing. So I'm doing facts now. I'm done with it. Sorry, Smatter, bruv. I didn't want to do it to you, but I should have just done it on my show, honestly. I did it yesterday, but I'm sorry. Just after that talk sport thing, honestly, did the whole bloody show of how bad if Tottenham are too good to go down. I mean, honestly, it's going to be history if we go down. And these people in charge have got it so wrong. Honestly,
can I ask a question? Can I ask a question on Tudor?
Yeah, go on.
You said it's Tudor's fault, right, for playing those players, making those substitutions, not playing Conor Gallagher, not playing our best number 6 in Paulinho, not playing our most creative player in Javi Simmons. If a new manager walks in, and like Preach was saying before, he needs to pick the best players in the best positions. If a manager comes in, does that keep us up?
Me saying me changing the manager, I'm clutching at the moment because I don't think anything's going to keep us up at the moment. I think we're downhill. I think at the moment I'm just only saying it because I just don't believe in what. And I have to be respectful because the man, we know what's happening personally, yeah. So this is not him personally, right? This is only football because I know what's going on personally with the guy, yeah. So I just need to make that absolutely clear, right? I'm not digging at him personally, right? Because he's going through a very difficult time at the moment, right? And I'm not going to go on about it because everyone knows, right? But football-wise, I just lost belief in him. The way he was communicating to the fans in the press, I just didn't like it at all. I just think he was using the players completely wrong, right? Maybe he needed more time when he should have was proposed to come in, in November last year. Maybe that would have been better for him. But at the moment, I just think we need somebody that knows the club, someone that knows the Premier League, and just come in and just galvanise the players. I said Ryan Mason. I'm clutching at straws here. Harry Redknapp. I'll maybe even take Terry Joe. I just think at the moment, we just need somebody that can just come in and just get on with it, right? Whether it will, I don't think it's going to work. I've just lost belief in that manager. You know what I mean? I just didn't see anything for me to think that this guy's going to get us out of trouble. Whether it's going to happen, I don't think it's going to happen, Asthmatic. I am just literally clutching at straws right now. Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, listen, from where I see it, the only way Spurs stay up, because I think the players have lost interest. That's why you're not seeing certain players on the pitch. Even Moani, I think Moani, I've reading reports today, and I knew this before, that he wants to go back to Juventus.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. I'm not saying. Listen, I think some of the players are switched off as well. Because, like I said, I don't think some of them are good enough. Most of them are good enough, right?
Yeah,
but I do think. Yeah, you're absolutely. I agree with you as well.
The point I'm making is, like, when a new manager comes in, they're gonna see the players that have checked out, and you might not see players that should be playing in that right position, because if you want players to fight for the team, you might have to put, let's say, a Dragushin and a Danso partnership. Suppose Van der Ven and Romero don't want to play with each other, then you might have to see a Dragushin. And then supposing now Simmons don't want to, Xavi Simmons, the most creative player in our team, doesn't want to be here, then you might not want to start him, because is he going to fight for the team? Is he going to track?
I do think he fights for the team. I do think he's been fighting for the team.
No, but I'm just saying, for example, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying hypothetically, a new manager walks in and he's like, boy, this is a mess. You know what I mean? But like, I'm only going to pick players that are going to fight for the cause and listen to my instruction. Anyone that undermines me,
I hear you. It's not. Let me just clarify what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying this is the answer. I'm saying I just don't believe in Tudor. Right now, it's not me. I'm clutching at straws. Me saying about the manager at the moment, because I don't think anything's going to work right now. I think it's too late now. We've got 7 games.
I'm not saying anything different.
You know what I mean? It's changing. It changes the stats, because I'm not saying I've got no idea if it's going to work for me, right? Okay, because I do think we're just doomed at the moment, because I just think that the trajectory is just so going down at the moment. And from what you're saying, I think you're saying the same thing as me anyway. That's the thing. It's just I feel really bad that I'm saying this at the moment, but it's just I can't go against what we're seeing and the numbers. The numbers are so bad, right? That there's nothing really for me to debate here. You know what I mean? So
it's a hard one to call, isn't it? From like the outside in, I'll come back to preach. From the outside in, what Box Office is saying, he thinks a Tottenham man should come back in, and because he knows the club inside out, and hopefully because he cares more about the club, he could possibly get a tune out of his players. But it's easy to say that looking on the outside. When you go in and then you look at the mess, they're like, wow, how am I going to pull this one over? How am I going to get this? But you're still saying, regardless of that, play the best players. Like, as people say, what's the saying? Circles in round holes. I don't know. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the same.
Squares in round holes.
But you know what I'm saying, innit? Play their players in the right position and just get on with it. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, not just like that. I think there's got to be. I mean, yeah, that would be the main thing. But I think you need the players to know that the board back the manager fully.
But we haven't got the window. We've only got 7 games. It's not about the board no more. For example,
no, but what I'm saying is it means it will mean like you, like that player, you're like last kind of priority. We're either selling you or you're getting dropped.
Let them know from now.
Like, so, but I think when there's a manager that's coming in that you might not even be here in the summer, kind of like, it's like the supply teacher, innit? Syndrome. You get me? The students always act up when there's a supply teacher, but if you tell them this is your teacher for the rest of this term or the school year, you fix up because that's the teacher that's going to be giving you the detentions and all of that. That's the teacher that's going to be phoning home. So the students, this is me, my education head, they fix up. So that's what I'm seeing. Like, there's very few options left for like Spurs to get out of this situation, innit? But it's not impossible. So,
what do you think of this comment, Vicario? What do you make of this Vicario goalkeeper? Because he's making mistakes week after week, similar to like how we were talking about Chelsea's goalkeeper, you know, in Sanchez. Like, how do you negate from that? Because Man United had a big issue. I think that was the reason why they were losing so many games when they had their goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? In goal, they were losing numerous amount of goals, and then you've got your captain Romero just doing his own thing pretty much. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, and that's pretty much the spine. Your goalkeeper and your centre back. We spoke about earlier with Chelsea how they need to, you know, they need to sort that out. But with Spurs, I feel like it's on another level where the middle is just all over the place. And then now on top of that, I know we're getting some players back, but and I know people don't rate these players, but Tell pulled up with a thigh injury, which is the same injury that Kudos had. Odebert's already out. I know like people don't rate him, but the point I'm making is a lot of the wingers that Spurs had are falling off. We've only got Kudos coming back. When Kudos comes back, he won't be match fit. He won't be match sharp. So he's going to have to play into form. And then that will make Spurs lopsided because we've only got one threat down one side. Richarlison's not really a winger like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So Spurs might be forced to play a certain way because, and then it makes it easier for teams to prepare against us because they know like we've got X amount of players out and we have to play a certain way, irrespective of who comes in as a manager. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because remember, there was like 12 or 13 injuries or like 13 players out for whatever reason. You get it? So knowing that as well, do you still have like the same confidence that Spurs will stay up? And look, even this comment, Jordan's right. Like wingers that have a lack of end product.
Is that to be preach for me?
To you, I thought that was to you.
Oh, I thought it
was
to
to preach, but box office, you can come in anytime, bro.
Oh, I'll let preach because he had
it's an open conversation at this point with the chat and yourselves before I wrap the show up.
Yeah, no, I was gonna let preach have his say, but I for me at the moment, I just think it's a bit of a bleak situation at the moment because you are right, the injuries are not helping at all in terms of our wingers. I think our end product is absolutely shocking, asthmatic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're actually that bad in the first half. I think it was against the run of play, but Forest were just better in terms of quality, you know, in terms of getting the job done, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, and they've got a better midfield, 100%. You know what I mean? Anderson and Gibbs White and the other defensive midfielder who was actually very good in the away time that we played them as well, which beat us 3-0. So yeah, I just think it just is a bit of a mess at the moment. That's where I'm losing my belief because I just think at the moment the creative areas is lacking massively since Maddison and Kulusevski. And it's not about Kulusevski because I stick by what I say about Kulusevski, but it's quite clear since Kane's left, the creativity's gone. You know what I mean? It's gone.
Yeah.
You know, we had that with Son, and it's completely and utterly gone.
Yeah.
No one's really worried for us at the moment. And even when Alderbear was fit, he wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, you know, you're scared of him. You know what I mean? No one's really scared of Tell, you know? You know, and we're not, you know, it was all just crosses in and stuff. And that, I think you're absolutely right. We're just
predictable, isn't it? Crosses.
It's very predictable. And this is the thing at the moment. That's why I think we're in massive trouble this season. You know, we're not going to get out of it because I just don't see the goals. And the thing is, though, because we're not getting any goals, it's putting pressure on the defence.
Is there any see the teams here? Sunderland, Brighton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Leeds, Chelsea, Everton. Is there any shock results you think? Like, what's the likelihood of us getting a shock result? Like Chelsea being really poor this season. Leeds are the draw specialists. Obviously, Wolves are playing a lot better now, so we take that out of it. Brighton, obviously, they got the result against Liverpool, but they're quite inconsistent this season. They're not far away from Europe, though. Saying that, they're kind of in that kind of European. But is there any result? Any teams here in this lineup you think, oh, actually, maybe we could pull out a shock result and everyone could
the only one that you could say possibly maybe Aston Villa away, but again they picked up already now because they were kind of up and down.
They were down at one point and then they went up.
You could say that they could try and get a result at Sunderland, but they're very that ground Stadium Light.
Yeah, I get it.
Stadium Light, they're very together. The thing is, though, the difference is they're more teams. You see what I'm saying? Like you saw against Nottingham Forest, they were more team. Yeah, they're working hard as a team. We're not a team.
They have that spirit, that unity, that
unity, team spirit,
playing for each other,
and playing for each other. Yeah. Like this is the thing. This is why I think we're doomed. And the only reason why we're, like I said, it's like all the things that you class for a relegation team. We're showing all these signals. You know what I mean? So it's not, and this is why I just don't think there's any hope in those. Because if we were playing well and confident, right, regardless what I rate the team, you look at those pictures and say you could at least get a point out of the game, or you might scrape a win or something like that. You know, a last-minute winner or goal or something like that to get the win.
Yeah.
But at the moment, you just look at that team and you just think, you're right about Kudus. Kudus is coming in and he's not going to be fit. And he might re-injure himself if we're going to pressure him to play as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what you're going to put him in a game against Sunderland.
Well, saying that, there's a World Cup coming up, right? And so maybe there's some players that might think, if a few games aren't going their way, they might down tools because they're not trying to get themselves injured. And then equally, we said about Kudus against when he was in the relegation scrap for West Ham, was he turning up then? So we've got question marks over Kudus. He might be eyeing a move already for somewhere else. So there's so many question marks. But just to finish up, I asked the same question to Preach, and then we'll wrap up. Was there anyone in that lineup you think? I know you said, I can't remember what team you said will get our win. I think you said Wolves. Outside of Wolves, is there any team you think we could have a shock result, or is there a team that you think Spurs win this game and that's where the tide turns and that literally saves our season?
I think that's Wolves. Go back to say Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves. Yeah, go on.
Leeds and Everton.
They're the deciders. They're the big games. They're the games we're looking at.
Those are the ones that are gonna
decide the season.
Keep you up. I think if you win those three, you stay up.
Cool. I don't think that's a mad thing to say. I'll be honest with you. I know we don't have a great record against Wolves, and as I said before, bogey team. I don't really know if I can even say that anymore. But that is a team where they are playing well. I don't sound like I'm talking myself out of it, but yeah, if we win, that's a massive result. Leeds again, they're fighting with us to stay in the league. And if we do win, I agree with Preach, man. If we win that, I think Leeds is the crucial game, But anything before that, if we get any sort of performance before that, and we can use that to.
We're not going to get 40 points. Games. There's another reason why I said it as well. So to interrupt, we're not going to get 40 points. I know it might be lower than that, but I just
think it will be lower than that this season. But
it probably might be lower than that. I still would be. I would be very angry if we get lower than 38 points.
And look, and then I'm looking at West Ham's games.
Yeah,
as well. They've got Wolves, Crystal Palace, Everton.
I'll bring it up.
Brentford, Arsenal, Newcastle, and then they finish off playing Leeds. So they're not going to have a definitely not having a clean run to the end of
The
their season.
difference is right now for me, Preach, is that they're fighting for each other. I know the Aston Villa game, they didn't play well at all. But before that, they were fighting. They were fighting.
Yeah, but they're fighting. When he pulls it up, look who they're fighting against. They're going to be fighting against Crystal Palace,
who are up and down.
Everton, yeah, but they're more up than West Ham. Everton, who
are fighting for Europe. Yeah, I agree with you. But the point is, though, I think
Brentford, same, fighting for Europe. Like,
yeah, but I
Arsenal going for the title.
Yeah, but I do think that West Ham are fighting for each other, and also they've got some good signs in to refresh themselves. So I do think they are, and I do think they'll beat Wolves. I do think they will beat Wolves at their own ground. I do think they'll beat the Wolves, so they'll be at that bottom three, coming before our game against Sunderland. So that puts the pressure on Tottenham straight away. And unfortunately, I don't think if we go into that bottom three, we are not coming out that bottom three.
Well, yeah, but you're saying it. You're saying it as in like you're just not gonna win any games.
Yeah, because the form, and the numbers and the facts back me up.
All right, wait. Let's stay on West Ham for a second, if we can.
Yeah,
let's go game by game. Yeah. So box office, you predict West Ham to beat Leeds on Friday.
Yeah.
That's where the 3 points are coming from. Where are the next 3 points? Like you said, Palace are up and down. So you said you're not sure.
I think they'll get a draw or win out that game.
It's big point. Brentford, they're on a good run of form. They're looking for Europe.
I think Brentford can be got out still. I think they can get a draw out that game or win. It's a derby as well. It's a London derby as well.
Do you think West Ham can get okay? Newcastle then.
They're up and down. That's the thing. They're up and down.
You want Spurs to go down, innit?
Well, I don't care. If I'm really honest with you, I couldn't care less.
Look, this is how this is what he sees. Sorry, this is how he sees it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Bro, you know what I mean? It's
remember, and you think about it in a row, you know. So
I just
Crystal
think
Palace on the 20th. 5 days later, West Ham.
I think Brentford beat them. I think Brentford beat West Ham. I think Newcastle beat West Ham. Wolves, I don't know, innit?
I can see West Ham losing 4 in a row from Everton. Even Crystal Palace. From Crystal Palace, that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games they could lose.
I think West Ham are fighting at the moment.
Second game, if it comes down to the wire, to penultimate games, I reckon Arsenal beat them, innit? Arsenal beat West Ham. But the final game, West Ham versus Leeds, bro, that is going to be a mad game.
Yeah.
Leeds are going to be trying to fight to stay up, and so are West Ham. So that for me is going to be like, forget the other games. I think that's going to be a knife edge. And if it comes down to that game, there's a possibility West Ham could go down. Leeds could put them down. Also, you could look at the other way. Like West Ham could easily beat Leeds. It's a hard one to call.
I don't think Nottingham Forest are not even out of it either because they still need to continue their.
No, of course, but I'm just isolating West Ham at the moment because we're just 1 point that separates us. Do you know what I mean?
They need to get more. They need to get more wins than us, obviously, because they need to, get themselves out.
Here's what I agree with box office though. I don't know if you've made this point. I think if Spurs go into the bottom 3, they're not coming up. They're not coming done for.
They're not coming up.
Yeah, you can clip that if you want, Preach or someone in the chat. But that's how
no, because you're not. I'll make you right. I don't think they are. I don't
know if they've got enough fight in them to get out.
They can't handle pressure. They can't handle pressures, mate.
I think they think they're better than they think they are. That's right.
They've proven over time. They've proven over time because after that Dortmund game, I think they lost the next game, right? When we performed really well. Right, and they've done the same thing after the Letty game. After the Letty game, right, they lost. They've lost against Nottingham Forest. Of all the things that happened before the game, everything that happened before the game, they lost. And unfortunately, facts tell you. And the thing that annoyed me so much is that Tottenham fans. listen, I love Saba, but when he's putting his stats, he said he put all these points and said, we're going downhill, and he says, oh, we still need to believe. And I was like, bro, you just literally proved yourself that we're going downhill. We're literally going downhill. It's like, bro, there's nothing really else to say here. You know what I mean?
You see when what's his face scored? MGW scored. When Morgan Gibbs White scored, yeah, like I can't. The Forest fans were saying, they were singing a chant in it, saying now, like he made the right choice, basically, like Tottenham a shit or something like that. And he started smiling and he was laughing, innit, from the chant. And like the commentator thought he was laughing because he scored against Spurs, like he scored a goal, innit, and they thought he was laughing because of that. But I think it was the Forest fans who were chanting it. But if Forest were to go down, I still don't think we could get any of their players, you know. I'll be honest.
No, we wouldn't, because the thing is, though,
I think it's why
we
can't touch them.
We can't do it though.
West Ham, though, I think we could possibly. I know we got beef for them, but I think we could get out West Ham.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, unfortunately, we ain't got the people that behind the scenes have got the minerals at the moment. You know what I mean? You know, they're just
according to reports, obviously, sporting director that's coming in, he wants a new head of scout, which means Langer would have to leave.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is another conversation, isn't it? This is another conversation, because I don't want to bore big. We don't want to bore people with that one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Time to wrap up for real.
Yeah.
Big up to the chat as always, man. And
always
listen, if you want to hear a bit more, Box Office will be going live every single day until Spurs get relegated. I'm joking now, but no, listen. If you want to hear more of Box Office, you know where to find him. Yeah. He's sometimes spontaneous, so he will pop up with shows here and there. But he's putting out a lot of content, man. So please support. As is Big Preach.
Exactly.
If you don't already know, it was on tonight. Go check it back out, man, as well. Preach, tell us, man. Tell us a bit more about your channel, where we can find you. Just for those.
Yeah, Flair Play TV. Find it south of Anfield is the priority show right now. Me and my boy JR, we're just chatting everything Liverpool. So it's up to you.
The way to see JR, man. Get me when he's ready.
Yeah. I'll shout him. I'll shout him and let him know that
even if it's 10 minutes, tell him to say hi, man. Pass through the ends.
I have told him we can do that.
We might not be here for too long, you know. I might have to give it up to Tune or even yourself, man. I don't know. I don't even know.
Don't worry, man. There's League Cup and FA Cup. There's League Cup and FA Cup. We can still talk.
Yeah. True.
But now, man, Flair Play TV. So type that in YouTube. Got a few shows on there, but the main priority is south of Anfield, where we just talk everything Liverpool, man. And then you find me here.
Yeah, don't know, family. Don't know. Big up. Any last words, Box Office, before we do obviously wrap up?
There's not really much else I can say. Like I said, I do apologise to my friend Big Preach. It wasn't aimed at you. We all, you know, it's all football. It's all football. You know what I mean? It's all football. You know what I mean? It's just it's just absolutely. I'm fed up of my team at the moment, and it's just I'm not happy. I think that I'm just not happy at the moment. Mr. Botsford is incoming. Maybe even tomorrow morning, because
tomorrow morning is that?
Yeah, because Alex has got other things going on. You know how it is. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say it. You know what I mean. There is a day job for Alex. You know what I mean. You know, you don't pay me enough. Alex. You know, Mr. Bots Office. You know what I mean. As Mr. Bots Office. You know what I mean. I make the money for him, and he can just go off and do his day job. But anyway, moving on. But thank you, Asthmatic. Big up to Marlon as well, the underrated as well. Great show yesterday as well, on Monday as well. Thank you. Big Preach as well for coming in. And you got a show on Friday. Haven't you?
Well, let's find out, man. Let's find out.
You got to show on Friday, I think.
Arsenal, Arsenal,
I just have to end it on this though.
Arsenal. Yeah.
Where are they?
Whoa, Arsenal.
Listen, one more time.
Look, let it all